Alright, so I've gone and grabbed the pickup. I have everything set up to route it, but what pickup is it that I'm going with? With this being an Alexi Laiho inspired guitar, it only made sense to get this pickup. Now, if you watched my build last year, you will have already seen this, and I mentioned why I bought it, but I have gone with the Alexi Laiho signature EMG pickup, and this one is actually the Floyd Rose Space one. The reason why I got it way back then is because with Alexi passing, I was worried it'd be hard to get hold of. It's still available now, but I just wanted to get it there and then, so I knew that I had it. Now, the cool thing about this pickup is all the stuff that you get with it. So you get all the information from EMG. That is really crucial for a certain part of this build. But that's the main attraction right there. There's the pickup. So that's why I was making sure that the spacing on these line up perfectly with the spacing on the Floyd, which is why that original hole messed up. All this other stuff, so like this and all the other wiring, I'm going to go through that when I install it into the pick guard, because there's a few really cool features and really interesting things with this Alexi pickup that explains why I have done a rear control cavity. Now, for most of you out there who understand EMG pickups, there's one thing you're going to guess straight away what I need it for, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get the humbucker routed out. So I've already got it marked out. This has been marked on the guitar for ages. Got all this secured down. It's secured exact same as what I did when I routed this channel, so I know it's safe. And that's enough talking, so let's get some routing done, shall we? I was just about to start on the single coil, but something awesome has turned up. So let's get this tidied up really quick because I don't want to get sawdust on this. That'll do. Let's just move you. So, what's turned up? Well, as I mentioned in the last video, the pickup has arrived for the neck pickup. So I got this from Tommen. Shout out to my friend Nathan, he's an absolute legend and he ordered this for me because I had some fun the day that I got paid. Don't go into detail. So, what have we gone with? Well, it is an EMG single coil, and this is the S3. Now, I have only experience working with a Seymour Duncan Blackout, which is an active single coil pickup, but this one's a passive one. Now, some interesting stuff is going to be coming up in regards of the electronics. That's really fun. But anyway. Okay, here we go, and there it is. There's the EMG single coil S3 pickup. Now, I've never unboxed a passive single coil, passive EMG pickup, so I'm just, they do, cool. All right, so, for those in the know, you know the difference between the active and the single coil. So with the active, you will get, give me a second. So for active EMGs, you will get the battery clip, whereas with the passive one, now this is interesting, again, never opened this, so going to be fun. So the bus is the exact same, so this is the bus that I've had the entire time. These are literally the exact same. This is for when you have two pickups. But the biggest difference, there's a couple. I'll show you right now. Alright, so these are the active controls. Now it does, where are we? It does say passive tone on this side here. But the difference is this is a 25k. Yep, sorry, that's a 25k. And this is your volume control as well, so that is the active version. Well, they look the exact same, but the biggest difference is, so what I like about it, the colours are completely different on the back, so you know the difference. So this is the, actually states it there, the HZ volume, and this is the HZ tone. Now, I'm not actually going to be using these. The main thing I need this for is for the pickup wire, but I've spotted something in here that is quite interesting. So obviously with passive pickups you need to have everything grounded. Well, EMG have made life so much easier. Now I've seen a lot about this, and I am eventually planning on using it for another guitar for someone. But the biggest difference is, instead of getting the battery clip, you get this wire here. So this particular wire, as you can see, it has this signature solderless technology on that side, but it also has this little empty wire, and basically what happens with that is, it goes into this thing. Now this thing is genius. You put this in that side, connects to your tone control, that other one is for your ground input, and then you crimp this down, and there you go, it's all grounded. The other big difference is, here is an no. Ooh, apologies. No, that's a really bad, horrible one. I have too many output jacks. So that is the active stereo output jack. As you can see, it has the 3 pins there. This is the one that has come with this pickup. So it has only got 2, so you can see the difference there. But, as I say, the only wire I really need is this one. So the biggest difference between the active EMGs and the passive EMGs is mainly the pickup on the back. Sorry, the connector on the back. So whereas it's always been 3-pin connector, which is the same on this side, the passive pickups have this 5-pin connector on the back of it. So we go in, arrow facing up, push that on there. The joys of it being brand new. Pop that down. Yeah, my baby. There we go. Now, let's have a laugh. Now, I did test this with my single coil EMG Seymour Duncan, but would you look at that? Fits like a glove. And the holes actually line up beautifully. I'm really happy with that. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. I've had fun unboxing this, so I suppose we should really get the single coil routed out now, shouldn't we? I've had a bit of a tidy up. It makes it a bit easier for me to see what I'm doing. But routing these pickup cavities was really easy, but there was a couple of bits which you will have noticed. So, obviously I have gone way deeper than what a pickup cavity needs to be for one that's being mounted in a pickguard. Now the reason for this, as you have just seen there, is so that I could access these channels. So I know for a fact that the wires are going to go directly underneath them, they're not going to cause any issues or anything like that. You will also have seen that I had to kind of extend this out a little bit, so I brought it down because I literally was that far off hitting the channel hole. So I modified it a bit. Still looks like a single coil pickup cavity. If I didn't tell you that I'd done that, you probably wouldn't have noticed. But the most important bit is, as long as I didn't wreck this bit, this central bit, it's absolutely fine. Right, anyway, now we've done that, I can get working on the pickguard. So let's have a look and see how this humbucker's going to sit. Because if I've done everything right, it should sit beautifully. Oh. Ooh, that is very... Let's see what's happened here. Yeah. So the humbucker's not going through this at the moment in time, and it's because of the corners here. So if you look at that in comparison to that, because of the router bit, it's rounded them over a lot more. Rounded them over, so obviously it's not as tight in this corner. Easiest fix is going to be push this template up a tiny bit that way, a tiny bit that way. Do that, it'll give me more space top and bottom. Won't affect the positioning. Yeah, let's go from there. So that worked, kinda. Still had to get my chisel out to get the corners because they were the biggest problem. If I have to use a chisel on the actual pickguard, it's going to be a lot easier than doing it on this because this is a lot thicker. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. I only have Alexi on me at the minute because obviously that's the main one that I need to test fit. As you saw when I unboxed the S3, this fits perfectly. Now before I even got the S3, I actually have a single coil C-Modicum blackout that I used in the guitar a few years ago, and they are very similar in shape and size, so I test fitted it with that and it fit perfectly, so I knew that the single coil EMG was going to fit fine as well. So there we go, that is the pickguard template all done. So the next job is to make the pickguard. For the time being, make sure you follow all my socials, which I'll link down below because I will be posting updates and highlight reels from the last few episodes. But also in there is the link to my profile on the Great Guitar Builder website, which recently I've just gone through and kind of cherry picked through my photos because I had way too many. I think I got up to like 87 because I was just sending them the exact same stuff you guys have seen in my socials. So cherry picked it, made it a lot more concise so you can see the build process on that as well. Obviously the videos are there, but the main thing with the profile is that is your way to help me raise money for Crimson Guitar's School of Lutheran Scholarship and Jess's fund. Right, now that's done. Let's go and grab the pick guard material because you're going to like the look of this one.